Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Napoleon Movie Review. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of our show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. I just saw Ridley Scott's new Napoleon movie. Now, I have to say, I really like Ridley Scott's work, but I'm not a fan of Joaquin Phoenix. He's always playing these tortured, self-loathing, mentally disturbed characters that are weak and spineless, and that just gets really annoying. I think that directors hire him because he's good at portraying dysfunctionality, and it seems like that's what they care about most in Hollywood these days, and that is promoting weakness and dysfunctionality to the population. Now, directors don't want to portray strength in their movies anymore. That's just the way it is. They want weakness, dysfunctionality, stupidity. They want people to adopt those kinds of character traits. So I was reluctant to go see the movie because of that, but I thought I'd check out the reviews first. Well, the reviews were horrific, which is very unusual for Ridley Scott. He's an A-level director and has been for many decades. But believe it or not, the terrible reviews were what led me to go see the movie. Over the years, I've noticed that there's a pattern out there amongst the higher level reviewers. They tend to give some really great movies low reviews, terrible reviews, horrific reviews. Then I would see the actual movie and I'd see that the movies were incredible despite the terrible reviews. Now, for years, I've heard rumors that if you don't pay off a lot of the major reviewers or media sites, then they will tank your movie with bad reviews. They'll give you horrible, unbelievably bad reviews, and that's just the way it was. They would destroy your movie with that sort of thing. And sure enough, I suspect that's happening here again. Napoleon got a lot of terrible reviews, yet the movie was extraordinary. It was so well written. The acting was really good. The photography was beautiful. In fact, a lot of the time, the photography was stunning. It's one of those movies that is much better than its promotional trailers would have you believe. Ridley said he filmed the entire movie in 60 days because at times he was able to shoot it with 11 cameras filming at the same time, like the battle scenes, for example. He said he never could have filmed those battle scenes in the allotted schedule with just one camera. Wouldn't happen. That's why he used 11 scenes, and the battle scenes are quite good. He also said he could never have filmed the entire movie in just the 60 days that he had to film it with just one camera. Also, as is common now, he used state-of-the-art digital cameras, which means that he could film for much longer takes than would be normally possible with older film cameras that have the film canister that only runs 10 minutes before they have to yank it out and put a new film canister in for another 10 minutes. Another thing that makes Napoleon interesting is how much history he made in his brief 51 years of age on this planet. It's really extraordinary when you consider it. I will say this. Napoleon cost $200 million to make and only earned $33 million domestically on its opening weekend, and it did rather poorly overseas as well. So I suspect the absence of robots and flying saucers and laser beams will probably keep the kids away from the theaters, but I also think there's a growing disinterest in comic book movies as of late, and that a real movie like this will get more popular over time. Let's hope so. Ridley's movies tend to age well with the passage of time. Look at Gladiator. People still watch it and love it. Here's another thing that's interesting. Napoleon was 2.5 hours long, but it didn't feel long at all. In fact, it moved quickly. The pacing was fantastic. It moves along really briskly. No one is ever going to confuse a weak, spineless, professionally dysfunctional actor like Joaquin Phoenix with a much stronger actor like Russell Crowe. But the movie succeeds despite his dullness and shortcomings on this. In fact, the movie is so well done that it probably could have succeeded well with any one of a dozen different actors. Joaquin simply shows up and broods in every scene of the movie, and that's the impact. That's how he conducts his work. He broods. He looks at the floor, looks at the ceiling, looks off into space with the empty stare. Brooding, brooding, brooding. That's what they consider acting these days. Just brood. Despite all that, it's a really, really good movie. And if you pay to see it at the theaters rather than on cable, you will not feel ripped off. But if you don't want to pay, wait 6 months and see it at cable. You'll enjoy it just as much. It's a real movie, not a cartoon like most of Hollywood's nonsense these days. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on those notification bells so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link on today's episode of our show to all your social media to spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.